Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 15 review of series number 4. Series number 4 being Long Cut Mint. And we are going to be visiting yet another product from CN Smokeless Tobacco Company of Grover, North Carolina. This one, however, I believe on this can in particular, is actually by under their other name, which is Cheyenne International LLC of Grover, North Carolina. This is their, I don't want to say premium, but this is their upper tier product. Klondike actually has its own website, and it's not absolutely terrible either. I've only been to it once, but so let's take a look at the packaging. That is a not so great black plastic lid on a not so great black plastic can. And you're looking at a sticker. The outlines of the Klondike lettering on the word Klondike, the rim, and above the mountains are all reflective. I don't know if that really comes across. Usually the Klondike stickers on the front are a little bit more pleasing to the eye than the Derringer and the Decade, in my opinion. So, barcode, branding in the cut. Notice they are going with the Peppermint again instead of mint. Cut. Warning label, some manufacturer's information, which I've basically already gone over, and back around to the bar label. This stuff, again, is 100% foreign tobacco, okay? There are digits, six digit codes. Actually, they're letter and number. But they are 6. I do not know what they mean. You know what? I don't think it's that important, so I'm not going to, really waste time on that. I'm going to crack this open. Now, as I've been saying in the last 2 reviews, the Decade and then the Derringer, they've done a better job with the mints. So, this isn't quite the horror show I was expecting it to be. And they had done a little bit better on the wintergreens too. That said, none of this stuff is great. It's just they seem to be getting it. The stronger the flavor, the better they cover what else is going on there. That's basically it. The real horror picture was the in the Straight series. That was just. I didn't think I was coming back mentally from that. Another really, really strong mint smell. This stuff is a lot more consistent in cut, with a couple exceptions. Real strong peppermint smell off the can. This stuff is a very, very dark brown. It's probably going to register as black, and it has. It's close to that, though. It's close to that, and it would seem to be very moist, but I don't know if that's going to translate into pinching good. So I'm going to get this on the pause button over here, just in case things go sideways on me. And then I'll be back after I wipe down my desk, which I'm going to have to do. Man. The stuff just... yeah. Anyway, back in a minute. And I'm back. Okay, so I'm just going to run through the basics of the review. Okay, the packaging is pretty bad. It's pretty awful. It looks all right. The Klondike stickers on the front, they put a little more effort into them, and they sort of look all right. And with the black plastic lid, I mean, it comes across. I mean, it's obviously a budget dip. You're going to know that even from, a counter 10 feet away from it. But, it's all right. But it's a really bad plastic lid. And you know what? The can, there's a lot of companies that have bad plastic lids, but at least the cans are usually, these cans even flex. Like you can push the side in when you're trying to cut the band. So the packaging is not great. The product itself in the packaging is a little more consistently cut in the Klondike, okay, compared to the Decade and the Derringer. But no matter how consistent the cut or what they seem to do with this stuff and how much moisture, the moisture in this is really up there, especially this one. But they've all been that way. It doesn't matter when you're trying to pinch the stuff. It falls apart. It breaks. Why I didn't just do that last one with my third finger backing, I don't know. But so the cut's bad. Okay, a little more consistently to the eye with the Klondike, but it's still a bad cut. It doesn't hold together. Now, this stuff in the Mint series, all of them have been feeling a little bit more firm in the mouth. Okay, usually they get a mushy feel. That was the case in the Wintergreen and the Straight. With the Mint, they don't seem to be doing that, but they do slowly spread out. When I pushed it around the side, it left a trail. There's floaters going out. I had to wipe down my desk, etc., etc. So, smell off the can is a strong popping peppermint, okay? And the flavor is the same way, and it's been the case with all of the CN smokeless products. Okay, the Derringer, the Decade, and this stuff. I don't think I mentioned it, or maybe I didn't point it out enough in the last two reviews. It's a really strong mint, okay? And yes, I'm pretty sure I know why. But, I mean, it's as minty as the Stoker's, but not as good. That, and in the back of my head, I'm wondering what it's covering. So they did do better with the mint, but they've used a very strong mint. It almost affects the eyes when you smell it off the can, right? Not saying that you're going to start tearing, but you almost sort of, you can feel it. In the mouth, there is a pretty distinct tingle going on. And when I pushed it around the side, even when it was around the side, it took a few seconds before the tingling stopped in the front. Some of that may be nicotine absorption, but I don't think this stuff has a whole lot of nicotine in it. I don't believe. I don't have numbers on it, and I'm well past any buzzing stage. So it seems to have some. I won't have to smoke after this video, but I probably will get this stuff out of my mouth. So not for the lack of nicotine, though. So the smell off the can is strong. The taste is strong. Not entirely unpleasant. It's just at this point with this company, I know why they've made the mint that strong. And it's covering whatever that alcohol undertone is. It's there. I know it's there. It's not registering because they've been able to drown it out with the mint. And that's why this stuff is as minty as it is. So, if you were going to use any of the Klondike, Decade, or Derringer products, if you were up against the wall and had to, for whatever reason, I would go with the mints. Go with the mint versions. Wintergreens were, the only reason the Wintergreens got a partial reprieve from me was because they followed up on the Swisher products that were so ungodly bad that anything would have been an improvement. But again, with the mints, they did better than the Swisher product. There was only one entry from Swisher. That was the Kayak. and that was probably the worst mint of all 3 tiers. Anyway, so, you know, if you're up against a wall and have to, take a mint from these, you know. But, I mean, I wouldn't do that unless you absolutely had to. I wouldn't go out of the way and tack this onto an online order at whatever it costs you. Okay, you're not going to be happy with yourself when it finally arrives and you try it. All right. So this has been the review of Klondike Peppermint Long Cut. Okay, I am the Suit and Tie Dip and Chew Guy. We have one more entry in this series, and then mint long cuts will be done, and I will be doing a series wrap up, and I will then be doing some news, because there is some. It'll be coming a little later this week, and there'll be at least one chew review, and then the entry of the next series, which at this point has been switched around a little bit because of Tough Guy being sold out and a couple other things. So, but that'll be in the news, which will be 2 days from now. Okay? So do take care of yourselves, and as always, God bless.